Hey everybody, it's Jennifer. I just wanted to come on and do a quick update. Some things have changed since my last video on the Omnipod 5. My opinion on it has not. I think it's fantastic. My blood sugars haven't been this good in like 20 years. That has not changed whatsoever. The problem is I am upset with insulin and my insurance. I am on TRICARE Prime, and I'd said before that they wouldn't cover the kit. I'd even called Omnipod to find out, if since I was an existing customer and was upgrading, could I get the kit, for free and blah, blah, blah. Of course, that was not the case. Even though they say that the PDM is free, you can't get the PDM without getting the kit, which you have to pay for, but blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, I get my pods, I pay for my PDM and the kit out of pocket. I've told you guys all that. And I go, it's time for a refill for the next 3 months. And Walgreens calls me and tells me that they will no longer cover it, that my insurance will no longer cover the pods. I said, wait. But they did, and they're like, no. So I spent yesterday, just to try to make a long story short, too late. I was crying, I was upset, I was so mad I couldn't even cuss. That's how upset I was. My insurance won't pay for it. Everybody's like, well, you just keep appealing until they cover it. The problem is, I don't have time to do that. I need the pump now. And if I get returned, they're like, well, you can still get on the dash again. I'm like, but the dash didn't work even remotely like the Omnipod does, because I only use Omnipod in automated. I never use it in manual, ever. And it works so well, y'all. I can't explain it. It's just super upsetting. So, I was on literally, and this is not an exaggeration, people had said this, but I'd never experienced it. I was on hold for 2 hours yesterday with insulin. I was on the phone all day because I was on my cell phone with my insurance and Express Scripts, and I had my house phone was on hold with insulin. I was on hold for 2 hours and never got through. Then I went on Facebook to their Facebook page and sent a message. And they were like, well, we do paper, we appeal and you can appeal. I said, I've already gone that route. I've done it already. I said, this is a shame. I said, I'm upset at you and my insurance company. I said, because this is basically about the bottom line, and it is. And what they've done is they make it to where it's considered pharmacy and not durable medical equipment, like most pumps are durable medical equipment. Because they say that they're giving their, the patients the ability to, if it doesn't work, they don't have to wait 4 years to switch to, another pump, when the warranty and all that wears out, and they'll pay for another one. But the problem with that is insurance companies aren't going to do that, and I understand that. So they're supposed to pay $4,000 or $5,000, $10,000 for a pump that you can turn around the very next day and say, I don't want, and I want you to pay $4,000, $5,000, $10,000 for another pump. Yeah, I get why the insurance companies aren't doing it. I think it sucks but it's basically because of the codes that they're using. They're using a pharmacy code for the Omnipod 5 instead of a durable medical equipment, a medical code. So you can appeal and appeal and appeal, and it may work, but it will take forever for that to happen, and you will be without pods. So you'll have to use another pump. You see what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. So what I've decided to do, I've done some research, and I'd looked into this pump before, and I think I'm going to, and I've already submitted paperwork last night, and I put in for the Tandem T-slim X2 pump, because it works with the G6 just like the Omnipod does, except it's tubed. And I've lived for 20-something years with a tubed pump, and I'm okay with that. I am. I enjoyed not having tubes. I did. I'm not going to lie. But I can just tell you, I didn't enjoy it being bulky out my arm, and when I'd lay it, be weird and stuff like that. And And they have like the Mio infusion set for the T-slim. They don't call it Mio, they call it Auto Flex or Auto Soft 90. You know, that's what the Mio infusion set, which is what I use when I use Medtronic. And I'm okay with that. Totally okay with it. And so hopefully Tandem will be calling me today or tomorrow. I did paperwork online, and they're going to see if my insurance will cover it, which it does. And then I'm going to set that up. I already sent my doctor a heads up about it, that I need a prior authorization for the pump and the supplies to go with that pump. The pump that they would most likely be contact them about and all that crap. So, and hopefully I can get it from the same company that I get my G6 from, because it's durable medical equipment. Isn't that funny? I don't mean to be bitter, but I mean, especially for someone like me whose blood sugar is not controlled at all. I cover all the criteria that my insurance requires for them to pay for an insulin pump. But because the code is pharmacy, they won't cover it, even though I cover everything. I have a prior authorization and everything, and they've already paid for it one time. The pods, the refill pods, already once. They won't do it again. And I don't have time to wait. And everything I've heard about T-slim is the only difference is it's tubed. Okay, I'm totally fine with that. So, that's just my update for you guys right now. I'll let y'all know how everything goes. But I did tell Omnipod that I was going with the T-slim, and they're like, well, we appreciate your feedback. We're so sorry for the frustration. I said, it's not frustration, it's heartache. I said, this is ridiculous. I said, to do this to your patients. Sorry. Somebody was calling in the middle of my video, but I told them to do this to your patients it's criminal. And I said that to my insurance too. I mean, I'm so angry, and I've already gone on, and I will never down the product. The product is fantastic. The Omnipod 5, but how they've done everything, this customer service and my insurance as well. And I'm going to tell you, I talked to some really sweet people at TRICARE, and I talked to some real shitbags at TRICARE, okay? And, there is no reason, because all they're doing, and pardon my French, but they're sitting their fat asses at home. They're just hello. I'm like, hey, and anybody who's calling insurance, they're sick, and they're calling about getting something, trying to find out something that is for their, health. And while it's not technically, quote unquote, your fault, you need to be compassionate, and you don't need to be like, well, ma'am, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I know, stuff like that. And I always say, I said, look, if I seem a little upset, I'm going to tell you up front, it's not you. I said, but in order for you, I'm talking to you to let everybody else know, I said, you have to know how I feel. I said, but I am very aware it's not your fault. I said, but any way you speak to me is your fault. I said, so, I'm going to show you the same respect you're going to show me. And if that's none, you will get none from me. I don't give a damn who you are. So, this sweet little girl on there, she was just so sweet. And this guy, he was so nice. But then a supervisor was rude as shit. I'd asked to speak with her. And then somebody in prior authorizations was rude as shit, and nobody knows their job. Nobody knows anything. They'll say, well, I saw here. I'm like, no, you're not looking at it. I'm literally looking at the authorization. I don't see an authorization for Omnipod 5. I said, well, why the hell did they pay for it the first time? I'm literally looking at it. See, that makes me frustrated. That's something that makes me frustrated. You don't know how to do your job. If I can pull it up on my computer at home, and I'm looking at it, but you can't find it, what does that mean? So, it means get up off your couch, quit petting your dog, and do your job. You can hear them. They're at home. I had one girl drop the phone. I could hear her dog barking and yelping or something. She came like, I'm so sorry. My dog was just like, jumped out of its thing and ran. I'm like, you're at home? And they're like, yeah, we do most of our stuff at home now. I'm like, okay. Not that I have a problem with that, but if you're going to do it at home, you shouldn't have distractions like at work, you know. But anyway, I don't have a problem with people working at home. I have a problem with people who don't work when they're supposed to be working at home. But anyway, I digress. I will let you guys know what happens, what comes of all this. Luckily, I have some extra pods in there because of the fiasco the first time. I have extra ones. So for the Omnipod 5, so hopefully within the next 2 weeks, I'll be getting a Tandem X2. So, but anyway, I hope you guys are doing great. Sorry guys, I know there's like 3 separate videos put in one video, but somebody kept calling in the middle of my video. But I hope you guys are doing great. I hope that y'all have a great weekend coming up. Stay safe, be kind, love one another, spend time with your loved ones and your friends. Laugh, don't take life too seriously. Nobody ever makes it out alive. Be sarcastic. And as always, be the reason somebody gets drunk today. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.